This is one-legged Thai massage sequence. A disclaimer to this video is there are infinite possibilities with one-legged Thai. There are infinite transitions. I'm just going to show you one possibility today of what could happen, but just know that any of these moves can be linked together in a different sequence. So be open to your inner innovative jazz musician coming out in these sequences. So to start, I'm gonna come underneath the ankle. I'm gonna bring him on top of my shelf, my quads. And then from here, I can do a little play with some arch massage. So I've got my thumb and it's going in towards the arch of the foot. I'm also pronating his foot at the same time. And I'm kind of like a cross fiber kind of move where I'm coming in with my thumb and I'm coming across the fibers of the muscle on the arch while cradling underneath the heel. And I'm kind of also coaxing him into an internal rotation at the same time. From here, from our arch massage, I can bring knees a little wider, and then bringing one more time that stomach to help the foot come into dorsiflexion. So we practice this with both feet and showing you it's also possible with one foot. My knees are apart, my knees come back together, provide that shelf, and always have the leg of like middle of my quad shelf. We can also, similar to how I do with two legs, we can traction. So my thumb's in the arch, internally rotating the foot, and then I'm pulling him just straight back, and I'm leaning back with my entire spine. Just creating space in that hip flexor, creating space in the low back, creating space in the hips. So once you've done some one-legged femur traction, you're going to then transition to slowly coming up onto your knees. I'm still supporting underneath his ankle. Come slow up to my knees. Then, just like we did with both legs, you could do one-legged zippity-doo-dah. His toes are tapping into my inside forearm here. I'm on my knees, squeezing my glutes for stability. I'm also, at the same time, I'm internally rotating his leg while I'm rocking and swinging it. Notice his foot isn't touching my body. The only part of my body he's touching is the inside of my forearm right here. One more time, follow up the rocking with a slow pull back of the femur. And then we're going to transition into a low lunge. So I've got right knee down. I'm going to low lunge across his foot. And I find my body in a low lunge. And then his Achilles is really close to the front of my hip flexor. This can provide the ability for me to go hands-free. So, wonderful tool in Thai massage to use is your front hip flexor. And then, to create stability, you wrap your rib cage over the top of the tibia, maybe your elbow rests. But this little wrap of the rib cage on top of the ankle can then now create the stability needed to, as you lean away, you're gently tractioning the leg. I can lean forward towards his hip And then if I lean my hips, my entire body away, and I'm kind of putting weight on the outside of my foot here as I lean away from my low lunge. It's dragging his whole leg into traction. And I'm keeping my connection snug with half of my rib cage is snuggling over the top of his ankle. I also like to support below the knee here with my other arm. And now practicing circles. So I'm making circles around my bottom stable knee, and I'm making circles around this top foot. Once you've done some circles, pulling and opening that femur, gonna have your right arm supported here underneath the knee, and it's gonna be a joint effort. So as I coax his knee with my right hand, I help it with my left hand. So they're working together in conjunction to bend the knee, and then my hand comes outside the knee. Then I bring my knees together and I walk toward my receiver. Then I'm gonna bring both my hands on top of the knee. This effectively keeps him so that he is got his knee in towards his chest. Let's do a quick cut here.